Rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Jackson now. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. But DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for the sack. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. Going deep here for Landry. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Matt, 2 things you can do in that situation. Run it and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Taking on the midfield logo. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Locke. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down and 12.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, Locke. Looking for Campbell downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Take over 1st and 10.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you could hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Raheem Mostert, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indiana.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Play action. Now Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson rolling to his left. He's going to look deep now for it. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a gain of 34.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
From the 7 now, it's 3rd and goal. Forced out to, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good.
Ravens 7, Colts 6.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he's got room. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Mostert, the ball carrier.
Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Patrick Queen. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. That holding call sent him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
12. Ravens 9.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And it's fielded at the 34. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Clock now on 1st down. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
23 yards, the final tally.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Will Fuller. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. They go play action with Jackson. Going deep here for Landry. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
From the gun, it's Locke. Fine time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Jackson from the shotgun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 50-yard line.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. A bad false start penalty there. Now second and 6. Shotgun snap to Locke. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked up. By Tavon Young.
Locke pass. Intercepted. The Ravens
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Operating from the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 2nd and 5 from the 8. From the gun, Jackson. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some...
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
Jonathan Taylor, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Blankenship for the extra point.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
At the 43-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And 1 at the 34-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
They'll run. It's Dobbins.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 29.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll throw on first down with Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautiful.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And now his throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Catch made here by Campbell. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Into the red zone, it's Locke.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Short of the goal line.
Second and goal from the 1.
Brings up second and goal.
Get it to Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. And touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Colts 33. Ravens 20.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 50 yards.
10 at the 29-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st.
Makes the score Colts.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Give him 23 yards on the pickup, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Jackson's pass.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
From the gun, Jackson. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll try to run with Dobbins, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak.
at
Come
maximum.
on. You can't give a guy a skirt steak.
That's
He
true.
scores 3
Filet,
times.
filet,
There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30.
Block working out of the gun. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, Locke. He'll rifle this one deep right, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 33 yards that time.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
On the coverage.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Locke looks to throw it again. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down. Locke to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And 10 yards to go.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. Blankenship's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Back to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down, Dobbins, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Being chased out left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
And this is caught. He hits Landry.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line.
Back to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And 2.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. They'll look to throw. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
They'll run with Dobbins.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? Turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Indianapolis, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.